Good morning. My name is Amy Gill, your pharmacist that cares. So, I want to tell you about an amazing event I was at yesterday. So, yesterday was International Women's Day. If you saw my post on Facebook or on Instagram, I was at a fantastic event called Become Women's Day of Inspiration. And this was through a local organization called Little Black Book. It was phenomenal. The speaker lineup, wow. I mean, like I took a whole notebook full of notes, you guys. It's like one nugget after another. And to surround yourself with these phenomenal women that just want to empower you and lift you up, it was the best day spent. It was amazing. So what I want to do today is kind of tell you a few little takeaways. I mean, there's so many. We might have to do like a series on everything I gathered from yesterday. But one thing really spoke to me, and she talked about being limitless. So if you guys know my license plates, I need to get them switched to the new car, but it was limitless. That is like my favorite word, because you're the only one that puts limits on yourself, right? We are truly limitless. And that's what she took time to talk about. And I just loved it. And I'm like, I want to share that with you guys as well. So these are a few key takeaways to becoming limitless. So the first one is clarity. So you truly have to be clear on what you want. If you don't ask for it, you're not going to get it. I tell the boys this all the time. I'm like, you might as well ask. What's the worst that's going to happen? Somebody's going to say no, but you have to ask. So get clear on what you want and find those goals, set those goals, write those down, have those everywhere around you. Because if you do, you are more likely to keep focused on them if it's everywhere, right? You got to stay consistent. And you have to be clear on what you want. Things just don't magically happen. You're not just going to stare at the ingredients for dinner and they're just going to put themselves together. No, you got to put yourself into action, right? So you have to get moving. So you have to be clear and you have to have action. Because like I said, nothing's going to happen if you don't take that first step in making things happen and trying to reach this goal and that goal and that goal. The next thing, number 2, is going to be mindset. Is there a week that goes by that I don't talk about mindset? Probably not. So one of my favorite quotes, and you've heard this from me many times. I even have it on cups. I have it on things in my office, and it's from Henry Ford. And it's, if you think you can, or if you think you can't, you're right. So truly, it's up here, right? This is where everything is won or lost. The 6 inches between your 2 ears, because you're the voice you hear more than anything. Right? So you have to talk positive to yourself. You have to have the right mindset because you have to win it up here first. I think I talked about chess masters last time. They played the whole game before they even sat down and start moving any pieces. They've moved every piece up here in their head. I think I talked about football because I think it was right at the Super Bowl. I think I was talking about this, right? They've ran every play. They know exactly. Now, there are of course, weird things that can happen, but you know exactly what you're going to do. And if the weird things happens, you know exactly how you're going to react to it because you've done every possible option right up here. So mindset is definitely key. You have to wrap your mind around it before you're going to make it work for you. You have to visualize it. I love visualizing things. It truly makes a difference, but it can't just be like, oh, you have to truly commit to visualizing it, not just say it once and don't believe it. You truly, truly have to believe that it's going to happen. Let me give you a quick story. I am going to post this on Facebook. I just haven't posted these pictures yet. So last Tuesday, I'm sure all of you saw the 10-second video of Alex out there when he got to be on the ice for the national anthem with the Blues. And then at the very end, the most amazing 9 seconds of the whole thing, when he was skating off and Bennington came over and fist bumped him. Alex still has not come down from that. He's still flying high from that, right? So that morning, I was talking to one of my good friends and I told her, I said, I like to visualize things. And I visualized this whole thing. I mean, like down to hearing the announcer say Alex's name, okay? So that morning I texted her and I said, I like to visualize things. I said, I see the photographer getting a picture of Bennington looking at Alex when they're standing by each other. And I messaged her Tuesday morning, the day that Alex was on the ice. And on Wednesday, the photographer sent me the pictures. And there actually is that picture of Bennington looking at Alex right before they're going to fist bump. So I will post that picture so you guys can see it. But it really, you guys visualize it, see everything you want. You have to see it and believe it before it's going to happen. So next is time. You have to make time for your goals. They're not just, again, they're not going to magically happen. You can fill your time up with binge watching things on Netflix, scrolling on social media for hours and hours, and not even realize you're wasting so much time. You have to prioritize what is really important to you. Is it important scrolling for hours and seeing what everybody else is doing and how they're achieving their goals? Or is it more important for you to put yourself into action and work on achieving yours? Exactly. So it's a little tough love, but it's true. There is time for everything. You just have to prioritize it and set those limits, right? Set those limits for, I'm going to be on Facebook for 10 minutes. I'm going to be on Instagram for 10 minutes. Now, we all have to make the time to check our emails and pay bills and do laundry. But again, make yourself a schedule, right? Truly carve out time for what you want to achieve, or otherwise it's going to keep getting put off and it's never going to happen. Number 4, you have to have the energy and health to achieve these goals. If you lack those things, what's going to happen? If you're not in good health, you're always concerned about, you're running into all these different things and you're just running in circles. It's like the hamster wheel, right? You have to take care of yourself. Taking self-love is not selfish. You have to take care of yourself, because if you don't put yourself first and start taking care of your health and wellness, you're not going to be good for anybody else. And you're sure not going to be good to try and reach your goals if you are not staying healthy. Now, when it comes to energy, how many of you actually let your phone battery run to 0? I bet none of you, unless it's time to get the new phone and the battery's not charging. Okay, that's a different story. But on a normal basis, do you let your phone run to 0? No. Do you let your gas tank run to 0? Okay, I'm sure some of you probably have, but is it a regular thing that you do? No. So why do you let yourself run to 0? Why are you running on fumes? That is crazy, because what happens, let's say on your phone, right? So when you're on your phone and you're down to whatever percentage, 20, 30, whatever it is, when your phone starts doing this power saver mode, right? And the screen goes darker and it starts doing all these things to try to save power. Or, like for example, a Tesla, you get down to so much power because there's no gas, right? You get down to so much power, what happens? Things start shutting off on this thing. Like you can't use certain functions because it's conserving power. So just like those things need energy, so do you. Because when you start shutting down, you're trying to figure out how to conserve energy just to keep going, right? And you sure don't have time for clarity. You sure don't have time for the right mindset if you don't have the energy. So fuel your body with proper fuel. That is so important if you're going to achieve any of this. And number 5 is relationships. And I know I've talked about this before too, but I think you need to hear it again. You need to surround yourself with people that lift you up. You want to surround yourself with people that are goal oriented. You need to surround yourself with people that are going to help you, push you to achieve these goals, right? If they're just, kind of negative people and they just kind of go on and that's all they want to do is complain. Misery loves company, and you don't want to be around that. If you truly want to be great and limitless, you have to surround your people that have that same attitude, that are running towards those goals themselves. That is key. The inner circle doesn't have to be big, but you have to make sure it's intentional with who you put in your inner circle. So those are just a few little takeaways on ways to be limitless. And you can use this in every aspect of your life, you guys. Whatever goal you are looking for, you can do this. Even if it's your health and wellness, every one of these goes along with it. If you have a certain goal in mind of what you want to do and what you want to achieve, or you want to run a marathon, or you want to do an Ironman, or whatever it is, every one of these can go with every aspect of your life, because you are truly limitless. So if you would like help, if you want help in any of these 5 things, I would love to help you get set on the clarity, the mindset, help you with the energy. All these things go together. And I am definitely somebody that is running toward goals. So to be in your inner circle and help you, I would love to do that as well. Please reach out to me with any questions, or jump in my Facebook group if you guys have not. Enjoy the rest of your day. My name is Amy Gill, your pharmacist.